Today I'll be making chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and sawmill gravy and mixed vegetables. And as you can see, I'm using authentic, somewhat tenderized top round. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when there's new videos. Comments welcome. Thank you. Here's a quick list of ingredients, or you can check out the description below. Just going to start out by weighing out my potatoes. I'm using russet potatoes. You could use Yukon Gold or red. And I just clean them off and cut off any bad spots. And then I'm going to chop them up into chunks. And the size of the chunks you want to, if you leave the skin on like I am, you want to cut your chunks as big as you want your sizes of skin. And I'm going to do a little hack here where I put down a damp paper towel under my cutting board to keep it from sliding around. Like I was saying, you want to make the chunks the size of the, so the skin is not bigger than you want. And a cup of water, and then stick it in the Instant Pot, and then I'm going to start it later. Alright, so here's my cube steak, my tenderized, I think it's top round. I'm just going to lay it out here and season it up, let it warm up a little bit before I bread it. Now, it turns out I should have tenderized it some more. It was a little bit tough. So I'm just going to go with some salt and pepper. Then I'm going to add some little Cajun seasoning. Give it a little kick. And the portion size on these steaks was pretty good, but sometimes they're really big and I just cut them in half. Alright, I'm going to set up my breading station here. A cup of flour and the other ingredients for the egg wash there. Just baking powder, baking soda and stuff, and a little seasoning. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the potatoes up. It takes a little while for it to come up to temperature, so just 12 minutes there. Now, instead of dipping these in flour before I put the egg wash on, I like to do cornstarch. I think it helps the breading stick better. And I haven't come up with a great way to do it, because no matter what I do, it seems like the cornstarch goes everywhere. But this way works okay. So we'll just mix up our egg wash here. And that's got buttermilk and eggs and the spices, and some baking powder and baking soda. So it gets kind of bubbly. Trying to make it a little lighter. Now I have a problem with the wet hand, dry hand thing. I always forget and end up with my fingers coated as much as the meat. Yeah, I'll set those over by the stove. Next I'll prep the vegetables, and I am actually using mixed veggies. Yeah, I'm going to shallow fry these, so I'm just going to get about maybe a ½ inch. Okay, maybe not that much, maybe like 3/8. Then I'm just going to let that heat up. Okay, the oil's hot. Stick some of these in. I'm going to fry these in 2 batches. I don't have enough pan space for all of them at once. And then after I fry them, then I'm going to put them in the oven, keep them warm. So I just have the oven set on warm setting, or like 200. There we go. I'm just checking the temp there. These should probably get up to about 165 since they're processed. Alright, I've just put them on a sheet pan on a rack. That way they'll stay crispy while they're keeping warm. Okay, steaks are done. Now I want to keep some of this oil to make the gravy with, but I don't want to keep all this, the chunks and the burnt flour. You would definitely want to make sure you don't have any burnt flour in there, burnt breading. If you have any of that, just take it out and then start over with different oil. Otherwise you can make it bitter. But this is just brown, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save about a 1/4 cup. And I'll add in a 1/4 cup of flour and mix that out to make a roux. R-O-U-X, of course. That's the base for our gravy. Then I'll go in with 3 cups of whole milk. You can use cream. You can use like 1.5 cups cream, 1.5 cups water, or all cream if you really want it thick and creamy. That'd be a little too rich for me though, I think. And then some better than bouillon and some spices. Okay, I got it up to a little boil there and it's starting to thicken up now. Some pepper. I'm going to salt it, taste it. Pretty good. Yeah, just a bit more and nice and thick. Okay, potatoes are done. Actually, they've been done for a little bit, just sitting there. Alright. So now I'm going to drain them. I just tip them up in the sink and drain it out, but you could use a colander. Add in 1/3 cup butter, 1/3 cup sour cream, and then 1/3 cup of cream. And on the cream, I just like to pour in a bit and try it out. You don't need to use all of it, depending on how thick you want your mashed potatoes. And then salt and pepper to taste. And that's ready. We'll just leave it, put the lid on, keep it warm. Okay, the veggies are half cooked now. And so I'm going to add some butter and some salt and pepper. Put them back in the microwave. Okay, they're done. Just stir them up. And here we go. Chicken fried steaks. And here's our little mini buffet. Chicken fried steak and the Sawmill gravy. Mixed veggies. And our mashed potatoes. I just leave the Instant on warm so to keep them warm. Alright, here's my plate. And just cut me off a bite. It's a little bit tough, even though it's been tenderized. It tastes pretty good though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when new videos are posted.